Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's webinar Explore IT's first decision intelligence platform powered by the exciting new release of Manage Engine Analytics Plus 6.0. I am Samuel from Manage Engine Analytics Plus team, and I will be your host for the next 30 to 45 minutes. A big thank you to everyone tuning in from across the globe, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, where you are, we are thrilled to have you with us. Whether you are a long-time user of Analytics Plus or just exploring what's out there for your IT team, this session is going to give you a comprehensive tour of how version 6.0 empowers you to make faster, smarter, and more reliable decisions. Today, we'll not just walk through the features, we will explore the why, the how, and most importantly, the real world impact of this new release. So, let's begin with a quick refresher. Now I know some of you here may have been using Analytics Plus for a while. You probably know your way around reports, dashboards, and data connectors. For others, this might be your very first look at the platform. And then there are those who have worked with other BI tools and are curious about what sets Analytics Plus apart. Wherever you are in the journey, seasoned user, first time explorer, or just BI curious, this quick overview will make sure we are all on the same page before we dive into the exciting new capabilities of version 6.0. So, what is Analytics Plus and what it does? Analytics Plus is a full stack IT analytics platform that helps you make sense of all your data across your IT ecosystem. It pulls data from wide variety of sources like incidents and request data from Service Desk Plus and ServiceNow, endpoint data from Endpoint Central or Microsoft Intune, alerts from tools like SolarWind and AppDynamics, and logs from monitoring tools such as Splunk and Datadog. It connects to over 250 plus IT and business apps, blends data, allows you to run queries, and build powerful dashboards without having to write complex SQL. But here is the real game changer. With the release of version 6.2, Analytics Plus goes far beyond what traditional BI tools offer. It introduces near real time AI powered decision intelligence, transforming your IT operations from being data informed to truly data driven. Now, let's talk about what this transformation really means. Traditional BI tools have always helped us understand the past. They are great for generating reports, building dashboards, and tracking KPIs. But they often fall short when it comes to helping you decide what to do next. That's where decision intelligence steps in. With Analytics Plus 6.0, we moved beyond just visualizing data. Now, the platform helps you anticipate what's coming, recommends the best action, and even automate decisions across your IT landscape. Think about today's IT environment. Your service desk is flooded with tickets, monitoring tools are firing off alerts by the second, and your teams are expected to do more but less, often in real time. And root cause analysis needs to be happen instantly. Resource allocation needs to be smart and proactive, and you can't afford to wait for a weekly report. With decision intelligence, Analytics Plus help your team move from reacting to problems to preventing them from before they happen. Let's take a quick look at some of the powerful new capabilities we have introduced in Analytics Plus 6.0, each of which is designed to make your decision making process faster, smarter, and more scalable. In version 6.0, we have taken a giant leap forward by introducing a suite of features that not only enhance the platform's capabilities but truly transform how you use data in IT. We have reimagined the architecture to support multi server distributed deployments, ensuring better performances, speed, and reliability at scale. Alongside this, we have expanded our integration ecosystem with a host of new IT connectors. We have built a unified metrics library to help standardize KPIs across departments so everyone is aligned when it comes to tracking performance. Our AI engine, Zia, has gotten a lot smarter, now offering advanced anomaly detection, root cause analysis, and even narrative insights that explain what's happening in your data. On the visualization front, we have added a dynamic charts like sunburst, racing, workflow, and sparklines that helps you spot patterns faster. For teams looking to harness the power of machine learning without writing code, our no code auto ML feature helps you build and deploy models with just a few clicks. And for those that love to customize, the new Python Code Studio lets you write and execute scripts right within the platform. We will be diving deeper into some of these shortly, but this gives you a snapshot of how powerful and future ready 6.0 really is. Since many of the feature will be explored in our upcoming dedicated webinars, I will now walk you through a few that don't have separate sessions, starting with the architecture. This release is all about scalability, intelligence, and accessibility, making advanced analytics not only powerful but also effortless for IT teams across the board. One of the most significant upgrades in Analytics Plus 6.0 is its distributed multi server architecture. Here is what that means. When a user accesses Analytics Plus, their request is first routed through a load balancer like Nginx or HA proxy. This ensures even distribution of traffic. From there, it reaches one of the multiple application servers that handle the user interface and business logic. If your user base grew, you can add more app servers. This is called horizontal scaling. The actual data is stored in CStore, our inbuilt columnar engine designed for lightning fast reads on massive datasets. Any write operations like data imports go to the PostgreSQL database. We have also included active passive failover. If one app server goes down, another takes over seamlessly. This architecture enables blazing fast performance, high availability, support for terabytes of data, and thousands of concurrent users. So, no matter how big your organization grows, Analytics Plus grows with you. Before diving into the main event, that is decision intelligence, let's take a quick look at some of the other powerful AI and ML upgrades introduced in Analytics Plus 6.0. Let's start with Zia, our built in AI assistant, and with version 6.0, Zia has become more powerful and intuitive than ever before. From generating visual narratives that explains your data in plain English to detecting anomalies and alerting you instantly to identifying key drivers behind trends, Zia helps you go beyond dashboards to real actionable insights. For example, if your CSAT score drops, Zia won't just show you the dip, it will pinpoint that it is happening specifically with one technician group during weekend shifts. It's like having a data analyst working behind the scenes 24 by 7. We will be exploring Zia in much more depth in our upcoming webinar focused entirely on GenAI and AI. So, if this excites you, be sure to join us for the session in a couple of weeks. Next up, we have introduced several new chart types in Analytics Plus 6.0 to help you tell better data stories and uncover meaningful insights. Let's start with workflow chart. A workflow chart is a visual tool that maps how tasks or items, in our case, support tickets, move from one state to another. This makes it easier for teams to understand how work progresses and where bottlenecks might occur. By visualizing workflows, organizations can quickly identify performance trends, locate delays, and make informed decisions to enhance productivity and resolution speed. For example, a technician wise ticket flow and status chart shows how tickets move from technicians to their final status. On the x-axis, we see technician field, which tells us who handles each request, while the y-axis shows the request status like closed, resolved, or on hold. The thickness of the lines between the two reflects the number of tickets. Thicker lines mean higher volumes. If you notice a heavy flow on on-hold request, it might point to workflow inefficiencies, whereas a strong flow towards closed or resolved request indicates a good performance. This is a practical way to monitor technician effectiveness and optimize processes. Then we have the racing chart, which brings animation into your data visualization. A racing chart dynamically shows how values change over time, making your data more engaging and easier to interpret. There are two types: racing bar chart, where horizontal bars grow or shrink over time, and racing line charts, which looks like a leaderboard in motion. In our example, we are using racing bar chart to show group-wise ticket flow over time. The x-axis represents the created time over month and year, while the y-axis shows count of request IDs. Each bar stands for a group like admin team, external vendors, or hardware team. As the chart progresses month by month, it reveals how many tickets each group has handled. For instance, May 2025, the external vendors group handled the most tickets. This type of visualization answers key questions like which group is consistently the busiest? Are there seasonal trends? And is any group becoming overload over time? It replaces static comparisons with intuitive dynamic storytelling. And that was a quick deep dive into racing charts. Next, we have the sunburst chart. A sunburst chart is a circular multi-level chart that helps visualize hierarchical data. It's particularly helpful for breaking down complex data into digestible layers. In this example, it is used to show priority and impact wise ticket distribution. The inner circle represents the impact level, such as user, department, or business, and the outer ring shows ticket priority, like high, medium, or low. The size of each segment reflects the volume of tickets. A larger segment under affect user, for example, means most issues are coming from end users. On the other hand, even a small segment that affects business could signal a critical issues that need urgent attention. This chart makes it easy to spot where most issues originate and helps team prioritize and allocate resources effectively. We have also introduced several other stunning and insightful visualizations like tree map, conversation bar chart, and the sparkline chart, each designed to bring out a different perspective in your data story. We will be explaining these new visuals in detail along with design tips and real world use cases during our upcoming visualization best practices webinar. Now that you have seen how the new visuals help you better interpret and present data, let's take things a step further. Because visualization is just one part of the story. What if you could not only see what's happening in your data, but also understand why it's happening, or even predict what might happen next? That's where the true power of data science comes into picture. And with Analytics Plus 6.0, we have made that power accessible to everyone and not just the data scientist. We are excited to introduce features that take your analytics beyond dashboards and into realm of advanced data science. While data science is known for unlocking deeper insights, most platform makes it difficult to integrate custom scripts. That's why we have introduced Python Code Studio and AutoML, the two major additions in Analytics Plus 6.0 that brings predictive and programmable analytics to your fingertips. With the new Python Code Studio, you can now write, run, and reuse Python scripts directly within Analytics Plus. No more switching between platforms like Jupyter or VS Code. Everything happens seamlessly and securely inside the product. And for those who want to leverage machine learning without writing a single line of code, we have got you covered with AutoML. It allows you to build, train, and deploy machine learning models with just a few clicks. No data science background required. Imagine predicting a ticket volumes or detecting anomalies all from within your dashboard. And this is just the beginning. We are hosting a dedicated webinar soon to showcase real life use cases and share practical tips to help you get started with both the features quickly. Now, let's turn the spotlight, quite literally, onto one of the most groundbreaking additions in Analytics Plus 6.0. We are talking about Spotlight, a brand new decision intelligence engine, and arguably the most transformative features we have introduced to date. Think of Spotlight as your very own virtual analyst. In today's complex IT environments, managers are buried under mountains of data, countless dashboards, KPIs, and reports. But even with all the data at your fingertips, making the right decision at right time can still feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. That's exactly where Spotlight steps in. Spotlight is built to remove the guesswork. It doesn't just present raw data, it analyzes it in real time, connects the dots across different IT functions, detects emerging issues, and then goes one step further by recommending specific contextual and actionable solutions. Whether it's highlighting a SLA violation or identifying overburdened technicians, uncovering hidden patterns in user dissatisfaction, or flagging risk in project and change management, Spotlight keeps you ahead of the curve. At launch, it's available for Services Plus Cloud users, but we are working on expanding this across all IT domains very soon. So every team can benefit from intelligent, proactive recommendations. In short, Spotlight is here to change how IT leaders operate, from reacting to problems to preventing them, from scanning endless dashboards to getting clear, concise answers with just a glance. Let's walk through a few real world examples to show you how exactly Spotlight works in action. Accessing Spotlight is simple. In Services Plus Cloud Workspace, just head to the left panel and click on Spotlight icon. From there, you are instantly presented with AI generated insights organized and prioritized based on urgency, like reading the front page of newspaper tailored to your IT operations. Let's begin with a high impact example that perfectly showcases Spotlight value. A critical insight is thrown by Spotlight, stating that 10% of technicians are responsible for 70% of SLA breaches. That's a major red flag, buried in your data but easily missed without deep analysis. Spotlight not only surfaces this disproportionate contribution but even names the technician involved: John, David, and Alan, giving you the exact starting point for corrective actions. It also goes a step further by offering a smart recommendation, like consider providing targeted training on tickets handling to these technicians. This could significantly reduce SLA violation and boost overall customer satisfaction. So instead of you having to manually analyze technician performance across hundreds of tickets, Spotlight does the heavy lifting, surfacing the issue, identifying the root cause, and even suggesting a solution. This is a kind of proactive decision support capability that turns your data into real operational impact. Next, we have a high insight that change success rate has been declining in the last 6 months. This is a classic case of change overload without adequate planning. The change success rate has dropped by 23%, while the volume of change has increased 85%. Your team is executing more changes than ever, but success rates are taking a hit, which could lead to system instability or service disruptions. Spotlight identifies the downward trend, correlates it with increased volume, and flags it before it causes real damage. More importantly, the recommendation: review the changes being raised more closely, an early warning to tighten approval workflows or reevaluate risk assessments. This is a perfect example of how Spotlight can detect patterns, shift over time, and prevent minor inefficiencies from becoming major incidents. And another important insight provided by Spotlight is on average, your project costs are overshooting budgets by 24%. For IT leaders, managing multiple initiatives, budget overruns are a constant concern, but you can't fix what you can't see. Spotlight actual cost deviates significantly from the plan, and more importantly, it suggests 24% buffer to help you set more realistic budgets going forward. This turns financial hindsight into foresight, helping project managers course correct early and plan better for future projects. Next, we have a low insight which tells the technician are struggling with request volume every day from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This isn't something you would spot from traditional dashboards, but Spotlight picks up the time of day pattern, identifies performance dips, and alerts you that your team may be stretched thin during this window. It recommends rebalancing technicians' availability to better handle peak requests. Small adjustments like this can lead to major improvements in response time and technician satisfaction. This kind of operational optimization is exactly where Spotlight shines, fixing the friction before it affects your SLAs. And another important insight that we have is assets like HP Inkjet Printer 21, Bin 29, and Admin 0412 are reporting issues beyond the normal range. This tells us there may be hardware degradation, configuration issues, or end of life problems with specific assets. Rather than waiting for users to complain or for these devices to fail completely, Spotlight alerts you upfront and suggests considering upgrades or replacements. This kind of insights save IT teams both time and headaches, moving from reactive asset maintenance to proactive asset management. Now, let's move on to another insight from Spotlight. This one is from a different environment but just as powerful. OS update related incidents increased significantly last month. This is flagged as a critical insight. Spotlight noticed a spike in incident tied to OS updates. It doesn't just stop at surfacing the problem, it suggests actionable next step. Assign more technician, provide OS specific training, and investigate your deployment process to avoid future issues. This is what Spotlight is about, turning noise into clear directions. We have another critical issue. Only 23% of assets are fully compliant, showing a downward trend in patching and availability. This could signal vulnerabilities across your infrastructure. Spotlight urges you to review and streamline your patch management strategy to maintain compliance and prevent disruption. Next, we have an employee dissatisfaction score dropped 10% over the last quarter. A 10% drop in satisfaction can hurt teams' morale and productivity. Spotlight recommends reviewing resolution performance, enhancing communication with end users, and working on response time to improve the user's experience. It isn't just a backend support anymore, it's directly tied to employee satisfaction. We move to optimization insights. Spotlight found that a large chunk of your assets are barely being used. Devices like workstations and printers are just sitting there consuming space and budget. The recommendation, the more important, the recommendation, reallocate or repurpose them to reduce cost and boost efficiency. The final important insight that we have is 20% of technicians are responsible for 60% of the unresolved tickets. This is a classic case of team imbalance. Spotlight doesn't just show the numbers, it really tells you which technicians are overloaded and recommends distributing work to reduce bottlenecks. This is key for preventing burnout and improving ticket resolution rates. Together, these insights show how Spotlight acts like an always on analyst monitoring your IT landscape, surfacing what matters most, and offering prescriptive recommendations you can act on. It's not just about detecting problems, it's about helping you stay ahead of them. With Spotlight, IT managers don't just react, they lead with insight. You move from firefighting to foresight, from guesswork to ground strategy, from data overload to razor sharp decisions, and all with just a single click. That's everything we wanted to showcase for today. From the powerful new architecture to advanced visualization, AI driven analytics, and of course the game changing Spotlight engine, we truly believe Spotlight is going to be revolutionary in the way IT teams operate, making proactive, insight driven decisions the new norm. Now that we have seen what's possible in 6.0, let's take a quick look at what's coming up next in our webinar series. We will be taking a deep dive into Zia Insights, exploring how Gen AI can bring data stories to life. After that, we will walk through AutoML and Python Code Studio use cases, showing how you can build and deploy tailored IT analysis with machine learning. Then we will cover advanced data management features, including new integrations and import upgrades. And finally, we will talk about next gen intelligent visualizations, how to build the most effective, impactful visuals for different IT use cases. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you now have a clear picture of how Analytics Plus 6.0 is reshaping IT decision making with smarter AI, powerful automation, and tools designed to help you act faster and lead with confidence. We are now opening the floor for your questions, so feel free to ask us anything. All right, I see a few questions popping up in the chat. Let me take a moment to address them. With that, thank you once again for your time. We truly appreciate your interest and we hope you enjoy working with Analytics Plus 6.0 as much as we enjoy building it. Have a great day.